The memes just write themselves. They really do. You want to talk about compassion? You want to talk about people who are bystanders in very disgusting situations? You want to talk about people who sort of, I don't know if I want to say like they endorse things, but being complicit in the face of pure evil is a certain set of choices that you have to make. You know, you have to choose to do that. It's not like, oh, just because it's happening, just because I didn't do it, doesn't mean I'm like, you know, free of any sort of criticism. Especially if you're at the very top of the umbrella. Especially if you have a position of power and you are overseeing things going on underneath you. Stan Bowman, ladies and gentlemen, has been hired as the GM and Executive Vice President of Hockey Operations of the Edmonton Oilers. And you can see the replies here. 1.8 million views in what is, I believe, 8 hours. 2.2K replies, 2,000 retweets and quote tweets, and only 1,000 likes. Edmonton replies to themselves saying, I believe his vast experience and proven success in this role, together with the important work he has done in his time away from the game, fits our goal of being the best in class when it comes to all facets of our organization. Okay. Best in class. Vast experience. Stan Bowman was a part of some very good, very competent, and very winning Chicago Blackhawks teams, but nobody thinks about that anymore. Nobody doesn't. Everybody instead thinks about, okay, he's got vast experience in covering up SA. One thing's for sure, he definitely has experience in coming up an SA. And you can see pretty much everywhere a lot of people going out there and, you know, nobody's agreeing with this. And I'm not going to go out there and say that I agree with this. In fact, the video is coming a little bit later because I just woke up. But ultimately, seeing this go down, I don't know if anybody should be really surprised. Not because Stan Bowman is a fantastic dude, but because the Oilers are the Oilers. Let's just continue reading some of these replies here. My favorite part of this utter nonsense is the idea that he's worked and learned, quote-unquote. Normal adults with actual ethics and morals don't need to be taught that covering up when someone you charge is SA'd is bad, actually. Disgusting, vile move. Big shout out over to the Ken hoodie. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Extremely disappointed. He was the worst possible option. You know, the funny part is, it's not even like, oh, Stan Bowman is this evil human being who covered up SA and he should not be anywhere near the game. It's not even just that. It's the fact that towards the end of his Chicago tenure, the guy was making trash choices anyway. Like, even if you remove the SA Kyle Beach stuff that was going on, this man still was in a spot where he traded away Artemi Panarin for nothing. He traded Brandon Saad twice, and Toivo Teravainen was gone for nothing. Was he the guy who signed the Seth Jones contract? There was so much that went on with Stan Bowman as the GM of the Chicago Blackhawks towards the end of his tenure that is like, yeah, even if you ignore the SA covering up, which you shouldn't, by the way, that's a very big deal, this guy still, you can say, was not the best candidate that was on the market. Edmonton is just chasing the title of a guy who was a part of a Chicago team that had all those championship wins in the past. But guess what? The last time they won was in 2015, 10 years ago, and before Stan Bowman started making all these crap moves that ultimately turned the Chicago Blackhawks to crap. Not even just the Kyle Beach stuff. In fact, there was some talk about this. Oh, Stan Bowman said he had an encouraging conversation with Kyle Beach the night before being named Oilers GM. Let's go out there and read this article on dailyfaceoff.com. During his introductory press conference, Bowman addressed the elephant in the room. The league suspended the former Chicago Blackhawks GM, along with the former head coach Joe Quenneville and assistant GM Al McIsaac, after findings of an independent investigation deemed that the team buried SA allegations against video coach Brad Aldrich. One of the players Aldrich assaulted was Kyle Beach, who has since spoken out about what happened. Bowman told the Edmonton media that he had a phone call with Beach on Tuesday night prior to the Oilers' official announcement that he was being hired. Bowman stated that they had talked for about 15 minutes. I will say it was a very encouraging conversation, Bowman confirmed. Stan Bowman said he had called Kyle Beach last night to give him a heads up that he was being hired, and my goal in reaching out was to apologize and to let him know I felt for everything he had went through. Oh yeah, totally, buddy. Totally. You totally did. It's not like you were just kind of, feeling bad because he got caught. No. If that entire investigation in 2021 or whenever it was, if this didn't happen, if this guy wasn't suspended, he wouldn't have felt an ounce of remorse. I felt for everything he had went through. That seems so bad. I don't know, man. I don't know. He addressed the displeasure some fans had with the team's decision to bring him in despite his checkered past. I understand it. I respect people's opinion. One thing I've learned over time is that it's very hard to talk people into things, so I'm not going to make an argument to feel a certain way. I respect how they feel. You know what? At the very least, Bowman's going out there and not getting all pissy that people are going to be pissy about this. Like me, for example. I mean, I want to see the replies to this. Stan Bowman said he called Kyle Beach. What a strange thing to do. Hey Kyle, it's Stan. I'm sure Kyle was delighted. Go get him, Tiger. And then he sent him a congratulatory fruit basket. Yeah. I don't think that he should be allowed back, but I think people trying to say how Beach feels on his behalf, the only person who can speak for Beach is Beach himself. That's true as well. I don't want to make it seem like Kyle Beach is wrong for feeling how he feels or whatever, but at the same time, Kyle Beach, the human being in 2024, doesn't really have too much of a say in this conversation. Okay, no, that sounds like really bad to say. That came out wrong. Of course, Kyle Beach himself is relevant into the thing, but Kyle Beach, as it pertains to how he feels about Bowman today, like, I don't know, man, just because the person who ended up getting hurt may have it in him to forgive the person who allowed it to happen, just because that may be the case, it's not like, oh, the entire Edmonton public is going to be able to see it the same way. Like, I don't see anybody in Edmonton going out there and saying, yeah, we forgive you, Bowman, don't worry. Like, it's not even us that got affected by your terrible oversight and your hiding away from what was a very disgusting situation, but we forgive you. Like, there's a petition going on right now. If you search up Stan Bowman petition, let's go out there and do that. Stan Bowman petition, Petition, and go to a new tab. There is legitimately a petition on the Edmonton Oilers. Yeah, okay, look at this, eh? Subreddit for the Edmonton Oilers. Signed from a Panthers fan. Everyone should pick a home game to boycott against the Blackhawks. That would be kind of funny. This petition has 2,800 signatures. Big petition, Flames fan signed from a Leafs fan, signed from an Avs fan. This is on the Edmonton Oilers subreddit. And normally, these people get really pissy when other people from other fan bases show up in their thing, but nah. Keep Stan Bowman out of the Edmonton Oilers organization. This petition has 4,000 signatures. You know what? I'm going to do that. Lego Rocks. That's not my real name, but you get what I mean. Alright, so there you go. The petition is signed. This has been a really big deal, man. Really big deal. And the question is, how the hell did Stan Bowman even get reinstated after all that crap went down? And even furthermore to that point, it's like, hey, Edmonton, did you really hire the best guy? Is this the best option available, even ignoring the stuff that happened there? I mean, go over to here. This is what Nick went out there and said. The Oilers have brought in Evander Kane, Corey Perry, as well as bring in Jake Virtanen on the PTO before this. This is just who they are. Second chances galore, everybody. If you do something really bad, something vehemently evil to somebody else in this world, the Edmonton Oilers will always have a spot open for you. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.